good morning, my YouTube audience. How is everybody this morning? Kiss up to God. To God be the glory for all the wonderful works that He does. Correction yesterday, I mispronounced my sorority. It's Phi Theta Kappa. I think I said Phi Theta Appa or something. I do go back and I look over what I say sometimes. I be mispronouncing words and quotes, all kinds of stuff. But I'm live and I don't do corrections. And, you know, like I said, one day, baby, I'll learn how to. And I come on it out. And everything's going to be so perfect. But that's not the cause of why I come on for it to be perfect because I'm human. I'm subject to errors and I'm subject to mispronouncing things. I'm from the South, so I have a lazy tongue. So it is what it is. But this morning, I come on with triggers. Triggers. Woo! Do you know how to pinpoint yours? Because triggers can keep you in a dark place. And it can put you in a darker place. So triggers. All right. We're going to do the Google definition of triggers. Okay. Triggers. Triggers is a person, place, thing, or situation that intensifies or unexpectedly emotional response or cause an individual to relive a past trauma. Many triggers are actually a threat. It comes from our ultimate threat. And people that know your trigger can use them against you, especially when you're in a situation where you're no longer with that person, because people study you. People study you, and this is an opinion. If you use a trigger against me, then you're aiming to hurt me. And if you're aiming to hurt me, then you don't have a place in my life, in my heart, because you don't have to. Because triggers also. I think that's why sometimes like people overeat because they've been triggered, and sometimes that can relate to food. Drinking. People are triggered, so they go start. They begin. They go and they drink more. Um, I could even say affairs. The mate has triggered them and make them go out to find someone to make them feel like their mate don't make them feel. That could be triggers too. And abuse. Abuse. All of that can fall under being triggered by something or someone, like say, or a place. And for years, I couldn't pinpoint some of my triggers. It took me a while to even realize that things, some things had triggered me. You have to realize what about the trigger or what about the trauma that you haven't healed from. Because if you could be triggered easily, sometimes you haven't healed from that past trauma. And people will use it against you to keep you hurt. How do you say that you care for somebody, love somebody, but you keep them hurt? You trigger them. And it does cause stress. And stress kills. So if you trigger someone and you're stressing them out, you're killing them. Think about it that way. So how can you love someone that you're willing to kill by triggering them to stress them out? That's not love. That's not caring at all. And it's hurtful. And I've had a video on be careful how you treat people, because see, all that stuff is going to come back to you. All of that is going to come back to you because you don't have to. If I feel like something will trigger you, or something that I said or something that I did will trigger you, believe me, I'm gonna try not to do it. I'm gonna try not to say it, because it really is unhealthy. It's toxic when someone knows your trigger, especially if they use it against you. You have to really pinpoint those triggers, because the way I feel, like I said, I pin you with that. The way you go into a situation, and if you trigger, like for instance, I use drinking. When I used to drink, how I felt when I started drinking, the alcohol enhanced it. Think about it. That's like a trigger. I mean, how you feel what? Because if I was in a good mood, if I was happy, go lucky, but I was laughing and happy, happy, happy. But if I was drinking because I was angry, it made me more angry. So trigger is, like I say, it deals with you emotionally, but it could be like a unseen or unsaid substance, because how you're feeling when you're triggered, a lot of times it makes it worse. And then once you're calmed down and once you're out of it, then you feel sorry for what you did or what you said. And sometimes you can't make that up. You can't make that back up to the person that you triggered. You can't make it up. A lot of times it distance you more and more and more and more. It takes you out of that personal life more and more and more and more. And sometimes that's not the purpose of that. Sometimes you might just trigger somebody because at that moment they done made you so mad and so upset that you say something just to trigger them. And then when something happened because of the trigger, then you're feeling bad, remorseful for it. And if you know it's going to trigger them, don't do it, or try not to do it. But you need to pinpoint your own triggers. And once you pinpoint what triggers you, try to heal from it, because as the definition said, it comes from a past trauma. You are triggered from the past. I got another video. Start reliving the past, because the past will keep you in a dark place. It's your past for a reason. So if you know your triggers, or if you think you know your triggers, try to heal from it. Try to heal from the trauma that gave you the triggers. If you need to seek help, seek help. There's help out there for you. It's okay. You can hear my coffee just brewing in the background. I can't wait to get a cup. But go out there today and think about some of the stuff that triggered you. And if it does, think about what you do once you're triggered. Are you eating? Are you drinking? Are you cursing? Are you mad? Are you hurting someone? Just think about it. Okay? If you feel like somebody needs to hear this, go ahead and share. Thank you so much for coming on with me. Share my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Like my channel. Comment on my channel. My name is Jennifer Brooks. I am your Southern Belle, and I am on the right road now. Y'all have a blessed day now you're here. God bless.